Hey, it's
not healthy.
It is no secret the U.S. is spending more than $10 billion a day. But did you know it's all borrowed?
That's right. This past week, the U.S. hit deficit day. That's the day when technically all of the revenue we take in is used up and the rest of the budget is paid for with debt that we borrow.
All right, we still got 95 days into the new year, new fiscal year. Will Washington ever be able to get its house in order? Stuart Varney here.
No.
Stuart, how significant is this?
Oh, very significant. And the answer to your question is no, we are not in the process of getting our spending under control. There is no reform of entitlements on the table. It's not there. And entitlements, Medicare, Medicaid especially, they're the killers of this budget. And wait for it. You've got another huge and expensive entitlement program just around the corner. It's called Obamacare. So the answer to your question is no, we do not have a handle on spending. And yes, we are borrowing a ton of money every day starting right now because we've just passed deficit day.
Okay, but it's 61% of Americans
Right.
are opposed to having the debt ceiling raised without actually cutting spending, correct?
That's right. That's a very significant number. That means that the voting public is very concerned about debt and is quite prepared to cut spending, even if it means going right up to that debt limit ceiling and going over it and risking a shutdown of government and potential default. Americans say, get that debt under control because it's a very big issue.
Oh, and we're zeroing in on $17 trillion in debt. So in other words, with deficit day, what that means is we take in fees and we take in taxes and stuff like that. And that covered us through today.
That's right.
From now on, we've got to borrow the money in the form of government obligation bonds and whatnot. And ultimately, China buys a lot of our
Look
debt.
at it on a calendar year basis. We take in $2.7 trillion in a calendar year, 2013.
It's a lot.
We've already spent that. As of September 25th, that was all spent. So for every day for the rest of the year, every dime and every dollar that we spend that goes out there, we got to borrow it.
And just so you know, what the president was semi-correct in saying his budget deficit was over $1 trillion. Now it's $650 billion annually.
Yes.
So it's going down a little bit. Our earnings have gone up because the taxes went
Yeah, but
up.
wait a minute. Whoop-de-doo. It's still $650 billion. That is still the biggest annual deficit of any year in America's history, except for the Obama years.
A man of your education should not be saying whoop-de-doo.
Really?
I just don't think
I think
it
it's
works.
charming.
I like it.
I'm
You
trying
do?
to be plebeian.
I don't know that. What does that mean?
Comes from the Latin.
Okay. Which
Thank
is
you
my
very
native
much.
tongue.
I remember from my altar boy days. All right, Stuart, thank you very much. We're going to be watching you at 9:20 Eastern.
Thanks,
on
everyone.
Fox Business.